This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. Well, a very pleasant good evening, everybody, as we welcome you to Preston Gym as tonight the Great Basin District playoffs continue as the Indians play host to the Twins Falls Bruins. Hi, everybody. Dan Hubbard with you, courtside with you tonight in this really a must-win for both teams, really. Both teams that they're back against the wall in an elimination game. The winner of this game will move on to play for the Consolation Championship, and that winner of that championship will claim the third-place seed into state, which comes up starting next week in Boise. So a very big game for both teams, especially for the Indians if they want to keep playing and pursue playing in the state tournament coming up in Boise. Of course, the Indians taking on the Twins Falls Bruins. Both teams 1-1 in the tournament so far. After beating Jerome in the first round, Preston fell to top-ranked Century on Saturday night. Twin Falls lost to Mountain Home in the opening round, but bounced back to beat Burley on Saturday, eliminating the Bobcats from the tournament and advancing to this game here tonight. Against Twin Falls, these two teams have met once this year, but it was way back on November the 20th, a game that the Indians won here at Preston Gym by the score of 42-37. Jessica Alder led Preston that night in scoring with 18 points. The Lady Indians had won all three meetings in a row against the Twin Falls Lady Bruins going back to last year. So it's the Bruins against the Preston Indians tonight here at Preston Gym, and we'll talk a little bit more about this game coming up. We'll spend a couple of minutes with Coach Kimber Hall. We'll do that right after this timeout on mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Welcome back to the pregame show. We'll spend a couple of minutes with Coach Kimber Hall before this game with Twin Falls here tonight. I think it was Bobby Knight who coined the phrase survive and advance, and that's kind of where you got yourself now.
Yeah, we need to survive and advance. The 3 years I've been here, we've always wanted to do things the hard way, and so we're in that part of the bracket. And we played so well the first half against Century, and then we didn't play very well the second half, and I fault myself a little bit for that. We should have changed defenses that second half a little bit, but we allowed them to shoot, make three or four three-pointers. Plus, we turned the ball over 3 or 4 times without getting a basket. So, anyway, the girls, we had a good practice last night. They're feeling good about themselves, and so all we can do is just take care of business and try to win a game tonight.
You mentioned changing defenses. That's kind of what they did to you. They started kind of chasing the ball around with in a box and one, and they were
more intense than we were. We were more intense than they were the first half, and it just turned cycles on us. And I was proud of the girls the way we played the first half, but we just didn't keep our composure like we wanted to.
All right, let's move on to tonight. You're playing a Twin Falls team that you beat, but you beat them way back in November. It has been a while since you've seen them. And
as you watch the film, both teams did not play very well. And Bethany only had 6 points. Jessica Alder had 16, and she was kind of led the way for us. And so, and we pulled away in the fourth quarter. So. I expect them to be a lot better. They're coming off a big win. We're coming off a loss, but we've also won a lot more games than they have this year too. So and we're playing at home. That's what I like, and I'm hoping to win tonight and hoping for Jerome to upset Mountain Home. So we'll see how that goes.
Can Bethany be a little bit of a hidden secret to them? Because when you saw them, that was right in the middle of that 3-game stretch where she only scored in the 3 straight games in single digits.
I'm hoping that we can get 15, 20 points out of her tonight, and just because she did not play well. She played so well against Mountain Home, then we come back and played them, and then she didn't play well at all. And so we hope that she'll play a lot better. We want more ball movement. We want if they changed to a zone the second half against us because they weren't stopping our man, and so we're hoping to set some more screens, run a little bit of a screen-oriented screen the zone, then try to get some of those people loose underneath.
You mentioned the first half against Century. Part of what made the first half really run so well was that Lisa Wood decided she was going to shoot 3-pointers again.
Yeah, and she didn't practice for about 4 days because her wrist has been sore when we had that break after our end of the season. And she looked pretty good the other night, and we want her to set up and look for that shooting that 3. She's been very good at shooting it. I don't know what her percentage is, but she's got to shoot a pretty good percentage.
She's right about 50%.
Yeah, and that's excellent.
So it's you guys in Twin Falls here tonight. The winner moves on. You mentioned a couple of weeks ago when the tournament was getting started that you would like another shot at Mountain Home. With the win tonight, you'll probably get it.
Yeah, and we feel like we let one slip away, but they're a very good team. They shoot very well. They're a bunch of young kids, but we wouldn't mind. I don't like the ride up there, but we wouldn't mind going up there and playing them again, especially for an opportunity to go to the state.
Good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
That's Coach Kimber Hall back after this timeout on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
It's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
Welcome back here to the pregame show. It's the Preston Indians and the Twin Falls Bruins coming up in this elimination game during the Great Plains District Tournament. There is one other game tonight. That's number 5 Jerome playing at number 3 Mountain Home. The winner of that game will face the winner of this game in a one-game elimination matchup on Thursday with a right to go to the state tournament. But first, for the Preston Lady Indians, well, that means they have to get through tonight's game as well. So good, best of luck to them, and we'll see what happens at the end of the night. We'll see what happens as far as the next round coming up on Thursday. For now, we invite you to stay tuned. The starting lineups and the opening tip are next. Stay with us. The exciting Preston Indians Lady Indians basketball is coming up right after this timeout.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap, drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Casasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
When it comes to major surgery, think small. Small town, that is. At Franklin County Medical Center, the surgical capabilities are anything but small. Partnered with the top surgeons and specialists in the region to provide advanced care to those living in southeastern Idaho. Whether it's cataract surgery, women's surgery, gallbladder removal, trauma, even a full hip or knee replacement, they have you covered. And now they're among the few hospitals in southeastern Idaho able to remove kidney stones. See just how big the surgical capabilities really are. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
If you're in the empty nester stage of life, preparing for retirement, or considering downsizing, let me suggest you consider Blue Sage Park as your new home.
This all-new community for over 55 active adults is now under construction by Ralph's Construction, the builders of many fine custom homes in Franklin County. That same quality is going into the new homes at Blue Sage Park.
Choose from 3 plans, each with over 1,400 square feet of living space on one level with a 2 or 3 car garage, 2 bedrooms, and lots of special features. These beautiful new 2-bedroom homes include large marble showers, vaulted ceilings, gas fireplaces, a park and green space for family fun, and large closets with custom organizers. Larry and Cody Ralphs are building this community for the over 55 age group with no steps, no maintenance, and a beautiful home that you own.
The first model is nearing completion, and you'll soon be able to see it for yourself. Blue Sage Park, now being built for your future at 3rd East and 3rd North in Preston.
This is Preston Indians basketball. All the excitement of the best basketball action in Idaho is just ahead. Tonight's game is brought to you by Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Webb Funeral Home, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Tonight's game is a presentation of Preston Broadcasting LLC and is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any use of the descriptions or accounts of this game without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting LLC is strictly prohibited. Live from Preston Gym on the campus of Preston High School, this is Preston Indians basketball. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our coverage of the Great Basin 10 District Tournament as the consolation semifinal about ready to start, one of the two, as they're introducing the starting lineups onto the floor. First for the Twin Falls Bruins, Megan Cargill, a 5'8 junior, will start. Paige Brown, she's a 5'9 sophomore. She will start tonight as well. Michaela Rodriguez, a 5'8 junior, along with Madison Hicks, a 5'4 senior, the only senior in the starting lineup, by the way. And Brindley Iverson starting tonight as well. She is a 5'10 sophomore and one of two 5'10 players on the roster for the Twin Falls Bruins. Next for the Preston Indians. 15-8 on the year. Jessica Alder, who had 16 points in the game against Twin Falls earlier this year. Alicia Wood had 14 the other night against Century, hit 4 3-point baskets in the game. Hopefully she'll have her 3-point shot going for her again tonight. Addie Mosier, the 5'5 sophomore, gets a start tonight as well. It'll be Bethany Dow. Had a great game against Century the other night, 11 points, 3 rebounds, but unfortunately came up just short. And Liz Linhart getting the start tonight as well for the Lady Indians. As we mentioned, just one other semifinal tonight on the Constellation side of the bracket. That's number 5 Jerome playing against Mountain Home at Mountain Home. And should the Indians win tonight, if Mountain Home wins, they will play at Mountain Home on Thursday. If Jerome wins that other semifinal game, that rematch between Preston and Jerome would be right back here at Preston Gym on Thursday. But we'll wait and see how the two games come out. And immediately the ball tapped in a held ball situation, so they'll re-jump it between the two players in the held ball. That's Liz Linhart against Paige Beam. The re-jump at center. Beam controls it backwards as it comes in the backcourt. As that comes to Hicks over on the right side, they immediately give it over to Cargill. Cargill back out top to Iverson. On the right side, that comes to Hicks. Now back out top as the ball comes again to Rodriguez. Twin Falls moves the ball pretty well here in the opening possession of the game. Iverson can't get a shot, comes on the left side. That again goes to Hicks. Can't get a shot. Now a jumper from straight away is going to be too long. Long rebound is knocked away from Dow, as it was Rodriguez to keep it in play. Next shot is no good. Dow gets the rebound, flips it out to Mosier, and here come the Indians on the run. Mosier gives it off to Woods on the right side, down low on the block. It goes to Linhart. Her 8-foot jumper is no good. Rebound inside to Alder. High off the glass is in. Jessica Alder able to score the first points of the game. And they got a good look at Alder shooting from the field in that first meeting between the two teams, as she finished that game with 18 points and 10 rebounds, her only double-double of the year. Beam holding on the right side, wants to drive, pulls it back out to the top of the key. Now back down the right side of the key, again can't penetrate, so she'll come back out top. Stops 17 feet straight away, gives it over on the right side. The jumper there is no good. Rebound inside by Hicks, taken away by the Indians. Dow gives it off to Wood. Wood pushes it up into the front court. Comes back out top to Mosier. Addie stands just outside the three-point line, gives it back to Linhart. Linhart tried to hand it to Dow. Knocked away by Twin Falls and saved on the floor by Twin Falls. Long lead to Hicks. Bad bounce, bounces up, hits her in the chin, and then goes out of bounds. So kind of a tough break for Madison Hicks. She was ahead of everybody, and the ball took kind of a weird bounce. Bounced up and hit her on the chin and went out of bounds, so it's a turnover, and the ball back over to the Indians again. Tried to get it to Linhart. Ball knocked away by Cargill. Get it to Cargill again back in the front court. In the left corner, can't get a shot. She'll drive. Stop at the free throw line. Down low in the paint. High off glass. That's no good. As a shot put up there by Iverson. Dow with another rebound. That's 2 already here in the early going. Goes to Wood, to Linhart. 13-foot jumper is no good. Trying to hustle to get the rebound was Bethany Dow. Ran into a player, and that's going to be a foul on Bethany. She really has to take care of her foul situation, as she fouled out the other night in Century fairly early on in the fourth quarter, maybe 2 or 3 minutes into the fourth quarter, and the game basically was over from there, although it was really pretty much out of reach to start the fourth quarter anyway. Tonight's game brought to you by Webb Funeral Home They've been assisting Franklin County residents in their time of need since 1925. When you need their professional and understanding care, stop by their modern full-service facility just off Highway 91 south of Preston. Their doors are always open for your questions or your concerns. That's Webb Funeral Home. 2-0 Indians, 5:37 left here in the first quarter on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Indians and the Twin Falls Bruins tonight. Dan Hubbard with you from Preston Gym. Glad to have you with us here this evening. Ball in bounds comes to Kara Peterson, just into the game for the first time for Twin Falls. Back out top to Gracie Mumford, also just checking into the game. Back to Iverson. Iverson gives it back to Beam in the paint. Can't get a shot, so she'll kick it back out. Back to Cargill. Cargill can't get a shot either. Back to Iverson. She can't take it, so she'll give it back to Peterson. And again, Twin Falls will pull the ball out and set the offense up again. Peterson here on the left side, free throw line extended, working against Wood. Comes along around the screen. Off to Morgan Cargill. Good defense by the Indians here. Cargill's shot is no good. Linhart has the rebound inside. Give it to Wood. Head man to Mosier. Give it back to Linhart. Now set it up as they give it back to Alder again. Alder goes back to Wood. Looks down low as Linhart posts up on the low block. Can't get it down there. Now they do. They get it to Liz. She turns left-handed. Her shot no good. Rebound inside, taken away by Twin Falls. Here they come 2-on-3. That's Beam. She can't get the shot, so she'll dump it inside to Mumford in the paint, put it up and can't get the shot to go down, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line here to shoot a couple. Foul's going to go on Liz Linhart, so that's one apiece on the two big girls in the middle for the Indians. 2 team fouls against Preston, none so far tonight for Twin Falls. First free throw rolls around and is no good by Gracie Mumford, a 5'10 senior. As Sage Meek comes into the game. Second free throw is short, but they have a lane violation, and we'll shoot the second free throw again. Sydney Marlowe into the game as well here for Preston as well. Second free throw is good. It's 2-1 as Mumford makes one of the 2 free throws. Meek into the front court. Get it to Wood. To Dow down the middle. Lay it up and in. Good pass by Wood. Found the open Dow at the free throw line, and she had a clear lane all the way to the basket. 4-1, Preston on top here in the first quarter on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Up in the front court, it comes back to Peterson. Free throw line extended left, brings it back up to the top of the key. Bounce it down low as it's back to Iverson. They'll get it down in the corner, now back out top. Cargill with it on the right side. She'll give it back to Beam. Free throw line extended right. Gets it back from down in the corner, now back to Cargill again. As they get it into the free throw line to Mumford. She doesn't shoot from there. Back to Peterson. Now they get it back to Iverson. Her 14-foot jumper is no good. Taken away. Mumford gets the loose ball right in her hands, and the ball comes back to Iverson again, and she will go to the free throw line to shoot 2, as this foul is going to be against Sydney Marlowe. And that's 3 on the Indians as a team. About 4.5 minutes into the first quarter. Brindley Iverson at the line. First one is good. That makes it 4-2. And Brindley will step up to the line to shoot her second free throw here. And the sophomore able to make them both. Back to a 1-point game, 4-3. No backcourt pressure put on by the Bruins. So Woods will bring the ball up into the front court. What made the game so close in the first half was 12 points for Alicia Wood. She made 4 3-pointers the other night in the first half at Century. The 3-pointer here from Meeks is no good. Marlowe tries to chase it down. She's outrun for the ball. 1-on-4, and we get a blocking foul. Who's this foul going to go on? Is it Dow or is it Marlowe? It's going to go against Sydney Marlowe. That's her second. 4 team fouls already against Preston. Paige Beam goes to the line. Beam, rather, I should say. She'll shoot 2 as well. The first one here is good. That ties the game at 4-4. And the second one coming up. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow night, the boys will be back here on in Preston Gym. It's senior night tomorrow night for the boys. 7:30 tip time. As Paige B makes them both, and it's a 1-point lead for the Bruins. Ball rolls off the foot of Wood, rolls over Alder, pounces on it, and then luckily the possession arrow stays with the Indians, so they'll have the ball baseline front court with 2:55 to play here in the first quarter. Alder gets it into Wood, tries to get it to Dow, was over her head, intercepted by the Bruins up into the front court. Cargill in the right corner can't get a shot. Back out to Bream, down low to Iverson. She traveled. Iverson travels, another turnover, ball back over to the Indians. Cassie Pugmire back into the game. Cassie comes in for the first time. She had 5 points and 3 rebounds the other night. And the pass from Meek, it's out in front of Pugmire. In fact, I don't think Cassie was looking either. And the pass goes out of bounds. Another turnover against the Indians. And Twin Falls will get the ball back with a 5-4 lead, 2.5 to play here in the first quarter on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. On the right side, now they get it back to the free throw line. That goes to Mumford. They'll kick it back out. Hicks back into the game now. They hand it back to Morgan Cargill, swing it back around to Paige Beam. Beam down the middle, kick it back over on the left side again. Again, Cargill looks at the shot but can't take it. Gets it back. And right in front of the Preston bench, that ball back to Beam. Swing it back over to the right side. Is that back in the hands of Madison Hicks as she throws it away? Turnover, she threw it away to Marlowe. She gives it to Pugmire, back up into the front court. She'll hand the ball to Meek. Meek gives it to Marlowe. Marlowe takes it all the way into the right corner, tries to bounce it inside. That pass is intercepted again as it's taken away by Dow, or from Dow. Back up into the front court, comes to Hicks. Goes back to Beam, 3-pointer from the right side. That's no good. The shot put up there by Cargill. Dow has the rebound. She'll push it up into the front court. Give it to Sydney Marlowe. Now to Meek with it. Free throw line extended left. Bounce it back to Marlowe in the corner. Lob it inside to Dow. Dow in the paint. Looks for a little operating room. Her shot is no good. Off the back iron. Rebound is off to Cargill. They again push up into the front court. 1:10 to play here in the quarter on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. 5-4, Twin Falls on top. They go baseline. Dow has her first block of the night. It goes to Alder, pushing up into the front court. Alder tries to crossover dribble, and she's going to be fouled, and the foul's going to go against Paige Beam. Her first on Twin Falls as a team here in the quarter. Kylie Larson into the game, number 30. And I think it was Kayla Rodriguez who just checked in as well. Number 20 back into the game for Twin Falls. Sydney Marlowe comes out. As Alder, Holding's got to get it in. He brings it in deep. Out near the timeline as it comes to Meek. Sage gives it off to Pugmire. Pugmire looks, now gives it to Dow. Free throw line extended right. As down deep, it goes to Larson. Larson's little turnaround jumper is good. The sophomore, Kylie Larson, hits her first shot of the game here tonight. Back out top. Hicks with it. Hicks down in the corner. It goes to Peterson. Now back to Hicks in the corner. Back to Peterson on the angle. She'll hand it back to Hicks. 15 seconds to play in the quarter. Ball taken away. It's taken away by Larson with 11 seconds on the clock. They get it to Alder. See if they can get the last shot. 7, 6, 5 on the clock. Dow's going to drive the baseline, and she's fouled. Foul's going to go against Kylie Rodriguez. her first, team second. Indians have 2 seconds to get a shot off. Meek will bring it in from the baseline in the front court. See who they can get the ball into and see if they can get a shot off here. Down low, Pugmire, turnaround jumper, no good. Pretty good effort, but it's going to be off, and that's the way the quarter will end. 1 quarter in the books. Low scoring first quarter, but Preston has the lead as we go to quarter number 2. Back after this 60-second timeout, Preston up 6-5 on mylocalradio.com.
To shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tree Mountain branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
Start the second quarter. Preston up 6-5 over the Twin Falls Bruins here tonight, as the Bruins have the ball to start the second quarter here on mylocalradio.com. Comes back to Beam. She gives it to Cargill. Steps in for a 3. That's no good. Ball tapped, and it's going to belong to the Indians, out of bounds. Twin Falls finished the regular season 8-12. They were 7-8 in conference play. They lost to Mountain Home 52-40 in the opening round of the tournament, and then beat Burley the other night 46-33 on Saturday. Dow has it, goes back up, and she's fouled. The shot was from Pugmire on the right side. Rebound was to Bethany Dow, and the foul is going to go against 32, Brindley Iverson, her first, team's third. Bethany will go back to the line here to shoot some free throws. The other night against Century, Bethany had 11 points. She was 3 of 4 from the free throw line. She misses the first one here. Now she'll go back to the line to shoot the second. Second one rattles in. Bethany has 3 points here in the early going. And Preston with a 2-point lead at 7-5. Bounce it down low, get it to Iverson, back to Rodriguez, laying up and in. So Rodriguez with the layup and the foul, count the basket. Foul's going to go against Alicia Wood, her first. And Rodriguez will go to the free throw line, trying to complete the 3-point play. And she does. So her first points of the game gives Twin Falls a lead again at 8-7. Larson, jumper from the angle right, no good. Rodriguez has the rebound in front of Dow. She gives it off to Cargill, and Cargill pushes back up into the front court. Into the corner, down there to Beam, tries to go baseline. She can on Pugmire, throws it back out toward the timeline. And it's Cargill who goes to go get it. Cargill gets it back down low, and Rodriguez has her shot partially blocked from behind by Dow. It goes to Pugmire. Gives it off to Alder, who gets it up into the front court. Back to Pugmire, holds top of the key. Still holding. Now they get it to Dow in the paint, and she's fouled from behind by Rodriguez. That's her second. That's 4 on the team. Ball belongs out of bounds baseline, front court for the Indians. Woods stepped out of bounds to bring it in, but it'll be Alder now who steps across the line. She will bring the ball in. Gives it into Larson. Larson has her shot blocked partially by Iverson. It goes to Dow, who loses the glass and puts it back up and in. Indians back up on top, 9-8, 6:30 to play in the first half. Full court pressure put on by Preston. They'll swing it as it comes to Cargill in the front court. As the shot again blocked from behind. The shot attempt was by Aubrey Stansberry. And she had her shot blocked away again from behind by Dow. I believe that's 3 block shots already here in the first half for Bethany tonight. As the little lob inside, knocked away by Dow, they get it to Wood. Has her shot blocked from behind. Dow gets the rebound and puts it back in. And a timeout called by Twin Falls. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one here as well quickly. Back after this 30-second break on mylocalradio.com. (11-8) Preston leads. 6:07 to play here in the first half. Ball for Twin Falls in the backcourt after the breakaway layup for the Indians to give them back their 3-point lead again. As the ball comes up into the front court, over in the corner, it goes there to Stansberry. Thought about driving, then she pulls it back out, gives it to Beam. Beam back to Cargill, down low to Iverson. Her shot is an air ball. Larson takes the rebound, or I should say Linhart takes the rebound away to Wood. Wood gives it back to Liz Linhart, top of the key as they hand it to Pugmire. Back to Linhart at their right elbow. Now down on the right block, she gets it back again. It's knocked away from behind. Alder slams into Morgan Cargill. No foul, but they bring it back up into the front court. Stansberry has it on the right angle. Back down low, now back out top to Stansberry again. She'll go back to Cargill on the right side. Now back to Stansberry. Free throw line extended right. Back to Beam, top of the key. As they try to get it inside to Iverson at the right elbow, tied up. And the ball again will belong to the Indians on the alternating possession rule. For Twin Falls, they have lost four out of their last 10 games during the regular season. So they came into the tournament not really playing all that well. In fact, they hadn't won back-to-back games since mid-November. And that was after they faced Preston. Wood, three-pointer from the left side. In, out, Dow tipped it, pulled out of midair by Paige Beam. Beam will push it back up into the front court. Goes to Cargill in the right corner. She loses it, taken away by Alder, gives it to Dow. Here comes Bethany all the way down the floor, stops in the paint. Little left-hand shot is too strong. Pulled down there by Beam. Beam will also bring the ball back. The defenders are back, so she'll slow it down, give it off on the left side. Three-pointer from the left side by Paige Beam is good. That ties the game at 11, 4:15 to play here in the first half. On the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard as Wood brings it back up into the front court. Wood tried to get it to Pugmire, cutting back door, couldn't, so Pugmire comes back to receive the ball on the angle left, and now gives it back to Wood, top of the key. Wood to Alder, look down low, trying to get it to Linhart, but she's stuck in traffic, so they'll go to Dow instead, and she's fouled going to the basket. So Bethany's fouled. Kara Peterson draws the foul, her first. 5 on the team for Twin Falls, so that's 5 on each side now. We mentioned that Twin Falls had not won back-to-back games since mid-November. Here's Dow at the free throw line, and the first one is no good. Those back-to-back games that they won came against Burley and against Ridgeview. So here's Dow back to the free throw line, trying to break this deadlock at 11s. As the free throw is short, and Linhart is going to come over the back, as Liz will be guilty of her second foul. That's 6 fouls now on the Indians. They're out of fouls for the final 3 minutes and 55 seconds of the half. Lenhart will come out. Kylie Larson back into the game. And a full court pressure put on here by the Indians as they get it into Peterson. Peterson dribbles up right to the timeline. Now flips it forward to Iverson. Inside, trying to get it in the paint, taken away by Alder. Alder lost it, and then they'll tie up the ball. And it's going to go back again to, it's going to go to Twin Falls. The one referee right in front of the play looked at the arrow. They hadn't changed it. So it is Twin Falls ball with 3:44 to play in the quarter. Beam. Peterson, top of the key. Looks down low. And that would be a kicking violation against Alder. So the ball out of bounds. Goes back over to Twin Falls. When you look at these two teams head to head, yes, Preston won the only meeting of the year this year as a foul. That's going to be inside, and the foul is going to go against Bethany Dow. That'll be her second. She was hoping it wasn't going to be her. She was biting on the collar of her jersey, just hoping and upon hope that they're going to call it against somebody else, but they didn't. They called it against her, and she now has two. Gracie Mumford at the line. This is the first of her two shots. And she'll go back to the line again. Still tied at 11 with 3:26 to play here in the quarter. Low scoring games. Mumford makes the second, breaks the tie. Mumford has 2 points on a couple of free throws that she's made on a couple of different trips to the line so far tonight. And Alder brings the dribble up into the front court. We got a whistle away from the ball. Holding foul against Twin Falls. Ball out of bounds, baseline to the Indians. Actually, yeah. Kara Peterson called for the holding foul. That's her second. And that's now 6 on Twin Falls, and they're out of fouls. Morgan Cargill back into the game. Alder brings it in, baseline. Looking, got to get it in. She didn't get it in time. That's a 5-second violation. So another turnover against the Indians as Alder couldn't find anybody to get the ball in bounds to. Indians show four-court pressure as they'll swing it over here on the near side. Madison Hicks back into the game. She gives it back to Beam in the corner. Boy, they trap her there in that corner, and she just does, able to get rid of it. She gets rid of it up to Mumford. Mumford loses it, but rolls right to Cargill over on the right side. Now back out top as it comes to Beam, and they'll set up the offense. We go under 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Hicks gives it back over to Beam. Back out top to Hicks again. Bounce to the free throw line. Iverson doesn't shoot. Comes back out top to Hicks. She's not going to shoot that either. Now back to Cargill again. Back to Hicks in the right corner. Down low. Blocked again by Dow. Dow pucks it out of midair. Drives it down the floor. Spin inside. Off the glass. Good. Just like Wilt Chamberlain used to do it. Block the shot, get the rebound, drive it down the floor. Iverson from the left side. Jumper no good. Hicks inside. That's no good. Dow's got another board. Off to Pugmire. She races it up into the front court. She'll give it off up top to Alder. And hold on. What do we got? We got an official's timeout because Dow has a shoelace. Coach Hall up yelling at the referee, why'd you call a timeout? She wasn't bothering her. But for her safety, a referee calls an official's timeout to let Bethany tie up her shoe. And the ball comes back to the Indians again, out of bounds. 2 minutes to play here in the half. 13-12. Preston on top, a low-scoring first half. It was 6-5 at the end of the first quarter. Down low to Pugmire in the paint, turns, 12-foot jumper, no good. Rebound inside to Larson. She puts it back up and she's fouled. So Liz is going to shoot two. Beam called for the foul, her second, and Kylie Larson's going to go to the free throw line. Kylie has been a pleasant surprise. She had 10 points against Jerome here last week. Makes the first. Although she only had 2 points in limited playing time against Century last Saturday night, she has 3 so far here tonight. trying to pick up another. She missed the second free throw. Rebound is off to Iverson. Iverson gives it to Cargill, back up into the front court. Over on the right side, it goes to Stansberry, back to Cargill. Swing it back to Beam. Top of the key. Stansberry comes across, gets the feed back. She'll give it back to Beam again. Down low, give it to Iverson. Wants to drive. Takes a one-bounce dribble, can't get a shot, so she'll give it back to Beam. She wants to drive down the right side, and that's held, tied up by Larson. Great play by Carly, as it's going to be a alternating possession back to the Indians. 1:20 to play. Preston by 2 here in the quarter. Comes to Pugmire. On the right side, back to Wood. Wood has tried one shot so far tonight, didn't make that. Pugmire looks at a three, it's going to be short. Air ball taken out of the air by Alder, who puts it back up and in. Alder has 4 inside a minute, 4-point lead for the Indians. Stansberry drives, tries to dish across, intercepted by Larson with 49 seconds to play in the quarter. Wood back up into the front court. Larson, top of the key, looks at a three. Good! Kylie Larson for 3 gives the Indians a 7-point lead. 33 seconds to play. Full court pressure. They're trapped in the back court. Almost threw it away, and having to call a timeout was Twin Falls. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Franklin County Medical Center. At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in your game, back on to work, back on your feet, and back to a normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medical and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you a treatment plan designed to get you back on your feet, so call them today. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet, right here in Preston. So a run by the Indians. They now lead at 19-12. They have outscored Twin Falls so far here in the quarter, 13-7. And with 28 seconds left, ball belongs baseline backcourt to the Bruins, so they have to go the whole 94 feet. Comes in, back up into the front court as it's handed there, and a turnover. She turned the ball over. 21 seconds left in the quarter, so chance for the Indians to extend the lead going into the halftime break. Beam turned the ball over. Not Beam, I should say it was Gracie Mumford, 22, not 12. So it comes to Wood. Clock runs, 18 seconds. Pugmire goes through. Comes to Wood. Wood dribbling against Cargill. Goes baseline, put it up, count it, no, charging, no basket. Offensive foul charged against Alicia Wood, her second. Ball goes back over to Twin Falls again with 9 seconds left in the quarter. They have 9 seconds to try to get the last shot off. As it comes to Beam in the backcourt, ahead to Stansberry, back to Beam with 2, with 1, not going to get the shot away, nope. Referee outside says no basket, it would not have counted, and that's the way the first half ends. Preston goes off with a 7-point lead. Not a great first half from either team by any stretch of the imagination, but Preston goes off with a lead. They lead it 19-12. Take a timeout, we'll come back, we'll talk about the first half after this on mylocalradio.com.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today. Since 1958, when the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires, because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
In business for almost 70 years, Valley Implement has been serving customers with integrity, personalized service, and accountability for generations. Their mission is to contribute to agriculture and the agricultural way of life. When it comes to irrigation, equipment, attachments, parts and service, and precision farming, Valley Implement in Preston is here to work for you. Visit them today, 213 West 8th North, Preston. Valley Implement, all things agriculture.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tree Mountain branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel, even when the temperature drops below zero. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil Company.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Welcome back. We are at halftime. Preston leads by 7. It's 19-12. And tonight's game is brought to you in part by West Motors. West Motor Company is the place to go when you're in the market for a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Dodge truck. Why? Simple. That's because they make you feel like you're at home sweet home. That's because they treat you right and they'll give you the best deal they possibly can. If you call Cache Valley home, stop by West Motor Company and welcome home. Well, neither team played real well in the first half, but you asked Coach Hall during the pregame visit this evening. He reminded us that neither team played real well in the first meeting of the year back in November, and just kind of an extension of the way that game went back here at Preston Gym back on the November the 20th. Bethany Dow has a couple of fouls, but she had 9 points in the first half. That leads all scorers for both sides, although Kylie Larson had 6 in the first half as well. Certainly that helped out, gave the Indians a lift in the first quarter, in the first half of tonight's game. So we'll take a look at the stat sheet. We'll do all that as we continue after this 2-minute timeout. You're listening to Preston Indian Basketball on MyLocalRadio.com.
Center. Their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
Welcome back. We're at halftime. Let's take a look at the stat sheet from the first half here tonight. For Twin Falls, Paige Beam had 5 points in the first half. Michaela Rodriguez had 3. Gracie Mumford had 2. And Brinley Iverson had 2 for a total of 12. For the Preston Indians, Jessica Alder with 4. It was Bethany Dow with 9. Kylie Larson had 6 in the first half. So only 3 Indians able to score any points in the first half as they lead 19-12 as we get ready to start the second half. Coming up in just about 2.5 minutes, the second half will get started. We'll remind you once again that the boys will be back here at Preston Gym tomorrow night. It's senior night tomorrow night as they play host to the Burley Bobcats. Game time at 7:30 for the varsity. We'll be on the air at the pregame show starting about 7:10 tomorrow night as well. So we certainly hope you can come and join us. If not in person, join us on FM 105.5, AM 1340, or mylocalradio.com as tomorrow night's game will be a simulcast from here at Preston Gym. Stay with us. Second half coming up next on mylocalradio.com.
And every project is a True Value at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. Whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston. When it comes to major surgery, think small. Small town, that is. At Franklin County Medical Center, the surgical capabilities are anything but small. Partnered with the top surgeons and specialists in the region to provide advanced care to those living in southeastern Idaho. Whether it's cataract surgery, women's surgery, gallbladder removal, trauma, even a full hip or knee replacement, they have you covered. And now they're among the few hospitals in southeastern Idaho able to remove kidney stones. See just how big the surgical capabilities really are. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
Do you remember last spring when runoff water was flooding fields and borrow pits because of plugged, collapsed, or non-existent culverts? Well, now is the time to get new culverts installed, and Valley Implement and Irrigation has the culverts you need. They buy them by the semi-load, and they have poly pipes and culverts in the diameter and length that will get that water running where it needs to go in the spring. Remember, too, that Valley Implement has a great selection of used
Here we go,
tractors.
second half underway here from Preston Gym. The Indians leading 19-12. The winner of this game advances to play for a spot in the state tournament coming up on Thursday night. Could be here, could be on the road. We'll have to wait and see. Twin Falls has the ball to start the second half as it comes to Beam over on the left side. Hicks has it, free throw line extended left, back to Beam. Now over on the right side, it comes back to Cargill. In the corner, back to Beam, drop it down along the baseline, back to Iverson, back to Beam as she travels, trying to make a move with the ball. So Preston has the ball and a 7-point lead, 30 seconds into the third quarter. Wood, left side, comes to Alder. Alder looks down in the corner, tried to get it to Mosier there, nothing there, so she'll swing it across to Wood. Down low to Dow on the right block, eye off the glass, no good. Lenhart had it taken away, and then Rodriguez drops it out of bounds. So Twin Falls had it. They took it away from Lenhart and dropped it out of bounds. Ball comes back over to Preston as Wood looking, got to hurry, and she gets it into Mosier. Nice job by Addie to go up and take the ball away from Hicks as well. Alder, back to Mosier. Looks in the right corner, gives it to Wood, free throw line extended right, down in the paint, it goes to Dow, her shot no. Good position inside by Beam to grab the rebound away from Bethany. Kicks it up into the front court and then bounces it past her intended target, Madison Hicks, and out of bounds. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for Twin Falls so far here tonight. So here comes Mosier with it, back up into the front court for the Indians. Bounce it over to Woods. No shot there, so she'll give it back to Mosier, back to Wood. Back to Mosier, top of the key. Back to Lenhart. In the right corner, it goes to Alder. Alder, no shot there. Double teamed for a moment. Down low to Lenhart. Put it up, no good. Off the hands of Bethany and out of bounds. I think Lenhart was a little surprised as she was so wide open down low, and she just shot it too strong. So 20-16, Preston leads it. Well, they only have 1 point here in the third quarter. But for Twin Falls, they only have 4. So it has not been an artistic battle at all here so far tonight, here in this consolation semifinal. Back out top as it comes to Stansberry. She wants to drive. That would be a kicking violation. Ball will stay with Twin Falls. Cargill gets it in to Beam, back to Cargill. 1.5 to play here in quarter number 3. 20-16. Indians on top on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Bounce to Beam inside. Her jump shot rattles around and falls in. Beam has 9. It's a 2-point game again at 20-18. Larson for 3. No. Beam has the rebound on the far side. Here comes Beam dribbling all the way. Puts it up short. Dow with those long arms pulls the rebound in. She's going to put it to the dribble. Here she comes down the floor again. Down the middle. Tries to go around Iverson and draws the foul, and she'll go back to the free throw line again. That's going to be a 2 on Iverson. And Bethany Dow is going to go back to the free throw line to shoot her 5th and 6th free throws of the night as we're under a minute to play here in quarter number 3. First one is good. Bethany now with 10. Lead out to 3, 21-18. And Dow's second free throw is no good. Rebound inside goes to Rodriguez. Bethany is 2 out of 6 so far tonight. So really not anything falling too well for the Indians. Kick it back outside. It comes back to Cargill. And she'll keep swing it back outside down in the corner. Back to Cargill now, top of the key. Stansberry steps inside the arc. Her shot's too long. Long rebound comes all the way back out to the timeline where it's picked up by Cargill. Back to Beam with 30 seconds to play in the quarter. Back to Cargill on left side. Beam, now Cargill again. Back to Beam, free throw line extended left. Bill dribbles it back out top. Comes back to Stansberry with 19 seconds on the clock. Beam for 3, no. Rebound is off to Jessica Alder. She'll put the ball to the floor into the front court. 12 seconds on the clock. Larson thought about it, didn't take it. Swing it to Wood. A wide open 3 from the left side is short. Dow has the rebound. Goes back up with 2, with 1. Lay it up and in, quarter over. Bethany Dow with the rebound and the putback, and we are done with 3. Low scoring quarter. Preston only with 4 points in the quarter. Twin Falls only with 6. But Preston still has a lead as we go to the 4th quarter, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home as we go to the 4th here on mylocalradio.com.
Shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
No report out of Mountain Home on what will be happening in the other semifinal between Mountain Home and Jerome as we go to the 4th quarter. Preston with a 5-point lead. Lob it inside. Goes to Dow, off the glass, no. Bethany with her own rebound, put back, yes. Bethany Dow now with 14, and the lead back out to 7 again. 25-18 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard here in the 4th quarter, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Down low. Rodriguez couldn't get a shot, kicks it back out to Beam. Her shot is no good. Another rebound for Dow. Quickly outlets to Wood. Wood up into the front court, looks for someone to give it to. Alder comes to meet the ball. Pugmire in the corner for 3. In, out, Dow with the rebound. Put back, foul. Foul's going to go against 32. Brindley Iverson, that's her 3rd. 3 on each team here in the second half. And now it's Dow back to the free throw line. Bethany's first. Rolls in. Bethany, who picked up her 13th double-double in the game against Century. 11 points and 11 rebounds. Misses the second free throw. Rebound to Larson. Loose ball tied up underneath, and it's going to go to Twin Falls. Timeout by Twin Falls, and we'll keep it here. It'll be a full timeout. And gives us a chance to remind you that the fourth quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. They've been assisting Franklin County residents in their time of need since 1925. When you need their professional and understanding care, stop by their modern full-service facility just off Highway 91. It's just south of Preston. Their doors are always open for your questions or your concerns anytime. That's Webb Funeral Home, serving the Franklin County residents since 1925. Again, tomorrow night, back here with the boys, senior night. 7:30 tip. We're on with the pregame show about 7:10 tomorrow night, as they'll play their final regular season home game. They'll have one more regular season game. That'll be at Pocatello on Friday night. As Preston comes back out on the floor, waiting for Twin Falls to come out after the timeout. As they come back out now as well. So hope you join us tomorrow for senior night. Riley and Tyler Parker honored before the game tomorrow night. The only two seniors on the roster this year for the boys, the boy Indians from Preston. Or the guys, I guess they prefer to be called. Baseline, Rodriguez off the glass and in. Rodriguez cuts it back down to a 6-point lead again for Preston, 26-20. Here comes Wood, driving all the way, lay it in. No one stopped her, and she went all the way to the basket. That's her first points of the game. 28-20. 6.5 to play here in the fourth, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Cargill to Hicks, who doesn't really look to shoot, at least she hasn't tonight. She'll give it back to Cargill, swing it all the way back over to Beam. Back to Cargill, free throw line extended left, back out top to Beam again. That's Iverson, turns, 14-foot jumper is good. Beam now with 6 points in the game, again chops the lead back down to 6. It's 28-22, 6 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Wood kicks it off to Larson in the right corner. One bounce dribble, can't get a shot. Tries to go back to Alder. Jessica had started back to her left and had to go back and get the ball. Alder back to Pugmire, travel. Tight call, but it's probably a good call. It's a traveling violation called against Pugmire. And the ball goes back over on the turnover, back over to the Bruins. 5:40 to play. Hicks to Beam, back to Hicks. Hicks will give it off to Cargill. Bounce it down low. Shot blocked by Larson. She blocked Rodriguez on her way to the basket. Larson has her pass intercepted by Beam. Beam 2-on-1, gives it to Hicks. And Hicks is going to be fouled, as the foul is going to go against Jessica Alder. And that'll be her first. 4 team fouls against Preston here in the second half. Ball out of bounds, baseline front court for Twin Falls. Underneath their own basket, they get it into Iverson. Back to Hicks. Hicks back out top as it comes to Cargill. Back over to Beam on the angle right. To Cargill down in the corner. Iverson back to Cargill. Can't get a shot. She'll drive to the left, to the right elbow. Back to Iverson along the baseline to Beam down low. Her shot no good. Larson poked it away and out of bounds. She got it out of the hands of Rodriguez and out of bounds. 4:53 left. 6-point lead for Preston. Remember, the first time these two teams got together, Preston won by 5, 42-37. They'll be hard-pressed to get to either one of those totals tonight. That's going to be a backcourt violation against the Bruins. Addie Mosier's going to come back. Jessica Alder will leave. Addie will bring it in. Pugmire stays in. She goes down into the left corner. Larson in the right corner. And Wood gets the ball in the backcourt and brings the ball back across the timeline. 4:45 to play on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard. 28-22, Preston on top. Larson had it, lost it. Beam had it, lost it, picked up by Hicks. Here comes Hicks all the way, lay it up and in. Madison Hicks with her first 2 points of the game cuts the lead back down to 4 again, 28-24. Hold on to your hats, buckle up, whatever cliche you want to use. It's going to be an exciting final 4 minutes. Winner goes to the Consolation Championship and will play for an opportunity to win a berth for state. Down to Dow, kick it back up outside to Wood. 4 minutes exactly to play. Wood, Pugmire in the left corner, gives it back to Wood. She'll bring the ball back out and give it back to Mosier. Mosier, crossover dribble, back to Dow at the right elbow. Tries to back in on Rodriguez, goes off the glass, no. One shot, Beam has the rebound. Beam back up into the front court for Twin Falls, gives it off to Cargill. Cargill looking, now gives it to Beam. Back to Cargill, runs to the three-point line but doesn't take a shot. Beam has it, free throw line extended left in the three-point area, now steps into the key. Three-pointer from Cargill. No good. Rebound is poked away by Beam, and it's going to go back over to. One said Preston, one says Twin Falls, and they're going to give it to Twin Falls. They're going to say it was off of. Cassie Pugmire. Sort of looked like Beam had tapped it, give it its momentum toward the sidelines, but they said no. So they get it back into Cargill. 3:15 to play in regulation. Still a 4-point lead for the Indians. Cargill double teamed along the sideline. It goes to Beam. Stops. 12-foot jumper. No. Larson has the rebound for Preston. She hands it to Wood. As we make our way back up toward the timeline, we go under 3 minutes. 2:55 to play here in the fourth quarter. Brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Webb drives back to Larson. Steps in for a three. Good! Larson with 9. Preston with a 7-point lead. 31-24. As it comes back to Cargill, being guarded there by Mosier. In the corner. Three-pointer from there is no good, but Rodriguez has the rebound, and her putback is good. She got inside position on Dow and was able to get the rebound and put it back in. Timeout taken by Twin Falls. We'll take it here as well. Back in 30 seconds on mylocalradio.com.
And accuracy, that's what the new Naveo robotic assistance system at Franklin County Medical Center provides you. Whether you're in need of revision, partial, or total knee replacement, the new robotic assisted surgery technology at Franklin County Medical Center allow knee surgery candidates the comfort of knowing that their knee surgery will be performed with confidence, improving the function, feel, and longevity of your new knee. Learn more about the new robotics machine at fcmc.org. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
Timeout on the floor. We're going to do a quick reset here for you. Preston leading 31-26, 2:25 left here in the fourth. 4 team fouls for the Indians, 3 for Twin Falls. And the ball belongs to the Indians in the backcourt. So here comes Wood. She'll take her time, walking the dribble back up into the front court. To Mosier, back to Wood, being closely guarded by Cargill. To Larson in the right corner. Drives along the baseline, can't get a shot. Drop it down on the block, low to Dow, and she's held. Ball out of bounds. It'll stay with Preston. That's 4 team fouls now on each side. Kara Peterson was whistled for the foul. That's her 4th. 2:07 left on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard here in the fourth quarter. Brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Inside position. Larson put it in. She has 11. That's a new career high. So 11 points tonight for Kylie Larson. 15 for Dow, so good work inside by the two big girls. Bad pass taken away by Mosier. Addie drives the length of the court, takes the ball down into the right corner, knocked away. It'll stay with Preston as Peterson knocked the ball away. Grace Mumford comes back. Brindley Iverson leaves with her 6 points with 1:44 to play. Alder waiting, she can't wait that long. Get it down low to Larson. She gets it to Mosier on the right block. Mosier back in the corner, back to Alder again. Coach Hall yelling to take the ball back out top to Wood. So Alder dribbles it back out there, then a reach-in foul. That's going to go against Paige Bean. That's just her third tonight. And 5 now against Twin Falls overall as a team. 1.5 to play. Still no report out of the game at Mountain Home tonight between Mountain Home and Burley. Check that, Mountain Home and Jerome, I should say, not Burley. Wood has it, top of the key, 1:20 to play, clock runs. Wood dribbles, trying to get away, and then a foul from behind. That's going to go against Peterson, and that'll be 5 on her. So Peterson fouls out. Twin Falls now out of fouls. 1:15 to play, and if they want to start fouling now to try to get the ball back and force the Indians to shoot free throws, that's exactly the situation they're in. Alder gets it into Dow, and then they're going to say it was out of bounds as Bethany, off Bethany's hands and out of bounds right in front of the Preston bench, much to the chagrin of Coach Kimber Hall. 1:14 to play. 7-point lead for Preston, 33-26. So it is a 3-possession lead at least. Give it back, Hicks. She traveled, yes she did. In her haste to try to unload a 3-point shot, she took a step forward to try to get a little bit closer and traveled. As the Wood pass goes over the head of Wood and out of bounds. So Pugmire is going to come back in. Pugmire comes in for Mosier. .102 to play in regulation. Still a 7-point lead for the Indians. Not over yet. Ball comes into Cargill. Although they need to shoot quickly. Cargill, a little runner, no good. Dow had it poked away. It ends up in the hands of Pugmire. And a foul backcourt. Foul's going to go against Morgan Cargill. That's her first. And free throw time coming up here for Cassie Pugmire, a 44% free throw shooter on the year. This will be her first one as she goes to the free throw line. Her first free throw attempt of the night is no good. So she missed the front end of the 1-and-1. Quickly, here comes Hicks. Her layup is too strong. Ball back off to Cargill. Steps into a 3 from the corner. That's no good. Pugmire has that. Gives it off to Wood. Wood ahead of the pack. Has it blocked out of bounds by Paige Beam. It'll stay with the Indians with 38 seconds to play. Still a 7-point lead. Alder will bring it in. Baseline front court for Preston. Looking, somebody's got to come to the ball. She gets it to Bethany in the corner, and then a reach-in foul against Rodriguez. That'll be 3 against her and 1-and-1 again for Bethany Dow. Be 1-and-1 for Bethany. As Dow goes to the free throw line. Bethany, who is a 61% free throw shooter, shooting her 9th of the night. And it rolls in and out. Rebounds off to Rodriguez. They have to hurry. 30 seconds to play. It comes to Hicks in front of the bench. The bench yells at Hicks, move the ball. It goes to Cargill. Back to Beam. Beam with 22 seconds to play. Back to Hicks. Bounce it down low. That goes to Mumford. Can't get a shot. Dow takes it away. Back to Pugmire with 13 seconds to play. Back to Wood. They don't foul. Now they do. It's going to be on Beam. That'll be your 4th. So it took too long for Twin Falls to try to get a shot. And now at least Alyssa Wood will go to the line to shoot 1-and-1 with 10 seconds left. 7-point lead, 33-26, make it 34-26. Wood makes the first, now she'll get the penalty with 3 points in the game. Tried to make it an 8-point game, and she does. She makes them both, 35-26. It's a 9-point game. 5 seconds to go in the game. Preston's going to advance to the consolation championship game coming up on Thursday, as Beam shot is no good, and Preston wins it by the final score of 35-26. So the Indians score 12 points in the fourth quarter. And for Twin Falls, they score only 8. So in all 4 quarters tonight, Twin Falls is only in single digits, and they finished the year, as they are now eliminated from any further postseason play. They finished the year tonight by only scoring a total of 26 points. So Preston advances. They will play the winner of the Jerome Mountain home game. We do not have a report on that. We'll see if we can get you one before we leave the air here tonight. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll start the post-game show next as Preston, the Lady Indians, win it 35-26 on mylocalradio.com. This has been Preston Indians basketball. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Now stay tuned for the postgame show, coming right up.
As the seasons change, it's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock, stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit
Welcome back to the postgame show as the Preston Lady Indians tonight win it by the final score of 35-26. Tell you what, the difference in the game was a big boost they got from Kylie Larson off the bench. She had 11 points and ended up being the difference in the game as Preston wins it tonight by the finals by 11, or check that, by 9, 35-26. Bethany Dow with another good night, has another double-double, her 14th of the year, just slightly below her season average. She had 15 and averages 18 on the night. Still looking for a final from the Mountain Home Jerome game. Again, if Jerome should win, that game would be here on Thursday night. If Mountain Home wins, it'll be over there. And, of course, we'll have it for you either way on mylocalradio.com coming up on Thursday evening. Want to remind you again, the boys are here tomorrow night back here at Preston Gym. It'll be senior night tomorrow night as they'll honor the two seniors on the club before the game starts tomorrow. That'll be Riley and Tyler Parker before their final regular season home game of the year. So kind of a tough game. Low scoring, a lot of turnovers, a lot of just working for shots by Twin Falls was part of what kept them off the scoreboard for a big part of the night. But they ended up scoring only single digits in each quarter tonight as Preston goes on to win it by the final score of 35-26. Tonight's game brought to you by Stokes Market and True Value, not your ordinary grocery store in Preston. They see every customer as a friend and as a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meat, produce, and bakery items as well. Stop by and check it out for yourself. 217 South State Street right here in Preston. Lady Indians win it. As we'll take a timeout, we'll come back, we'll look at the scoring from tonight's game. We'll do all that right after this on mylocalradio.com.
West is a nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Welcome back as Preston wins it. Final score 35-26. We'll take a look at the final stats. Scoring-wise, first for the Twin Falls Bruins. Kara Peterson played but did not score. She had 4 fouls in the game. Morgan Carlisle also did not score tonight. Paige Beam had 9. Michaela Rodriguez with 7. Gracie Mumford with 2. Madison Hicks with 2. Brindley Iverson played pretty big inside, had 6 points. Aubrey Stansbury also played but did not score. For the Indians, Jessica Alder finished the game with 4. Alicia Wood had 3. It was Sydney Marlowe played but did not score. Addie Mosier did not score tonight. Neither did Sage Meek as well. Bethany Dow finished the game with 15 points and probably had at least a double-double tonight. Would have been her 14th of the year. She had more than 10 rebounds tonight. Cassie Pugmire played but did not score. Kylie Larson with a career high of 11 in the game tonight. Really proved to be the difference of the game as Preston ends up winning the game by 9 this evening. Her 11 points were very big, and Liz Linhart picked up a couple of fouls and really didn't play a whole lot in the second half. She also did not score in the game here tonight. So Preston wins at 35-26. We'll come back and wrap it up, tell you what's on tap for the Lady Indians and the guys as well, coming up right after this timeout on mylocalradio.com.
When the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires, because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
So back here at Preston Gym, the Lady Indians win it. They'll advance to the Consolation Championship game, which is Thursday night. Still waiting to hear exactly where the game will be. The only report that we have out of Mountain Home was that the Mountain Home Tigers were leading in the first half by a score of 10-7. That was very early on, and anything could happen. So coming up on Thursday night, whether the game is at Mountain Home or against Jerome here at home for the Consolation Championship and a berth in the state tournament coming up next week in Boise, we'll have it for you. The pregame show will start at 6:40. The tip-off is at 7. Catch the game on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and on mylocalradio.com. We've mentioned the boys a couple of times tonight. They are back here at home tomorrow night. It'll be senior night as they play host to the Burley Bobcats tomorrow night for senior night. They'll be honoring Riley Parker and Tyler Parker before the game, and then the game against Burley. Still a regular season game, remember, as the boys still have the game tomorrow and on Friday left in the regular season. You can catch that game tomorrow night also as a simulcast on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com as well, starting again with the pregame show at 7:10, and we'll have the tip-off for you around 7:30 tomorrow night. So that'll wrap up tonight's broadcast. Our executive director of Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator tonight's been John Beverly. Special thanks to the managers of the girls basketball team here at Preston for helping us run the camera for our video feed tonight as well. So until next time, I'm Dan Hubbard. Thanks for joining us tonight. As we remind you of the final score, the Lady Indians win it by the final score of 35-26. Until tomorrow, we wish you a very pleasant good night.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting LLC and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting LLC.